Decoragon High School, front gate.
This is it? This is the place? Why here?
This man won't let me do anything. I can't
It's
do. Let's
almost
get
midnight.
moving.
Dude, what are you talking about? Oh,
Wrong.
And now...
I really need to hire an exterior internal decorator guy. He keeps painting everything green.
Well, what do you expect? This is just the way the game is.
God, is he Antom 64? What's his obsession with green?
He'd probably have a hard on with this tower.
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth.
Oh, God, kill me.
What?
Labyrinth?
It's so
What are you
flaccid.
talking about? What happened to our school?
Not really. It's very rigid and it's very tall.
Everything returns to normal.
This is
It's
the nest
kind of
you were talking
fucked,
about?
but that's just me.
But why?
Then
Why
again,
did our school turn into
sis-
a giant tower? You don't know
Junpei,
either?
I got an
No.
explanation, and it's
I'm
actually
sure it's complicated.
one that
Well,
only
maybe
requires
now we'll find out.
2 words, but it
Mitsuru and I have
requires
only gone
evil
in to take a
laughter.
peek.
but the
This will
thing
be our
is,
first time exploring. Exciting, isn't
Of
it?
course!
There has to be
A
some
science!
sort of clue in here about the dark hour.
Akihiko,
That's the
I
whole reason
respect
it's
your
been done.
enthusiasm, but you won't be accompanying us today.
I know. You don't have to remind me.
but she has to drill into your head. So this is Tartarus. You decided into the tower.
I demand better toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's just as cool on the inside.
But it sure is creepy.
Yeah, considering the utter lack
This
of
is
life.
only the entrance. The labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top of the stairs.
Thing is, Tartarus changes from day to day.
Get a feel for this place. Why don't you go have a
In
look
short,
around?
it is completely and
yourselves?
utterly
We're not asking you to
random.
go very far. And I'll be feeding
The
you
bad
information
kind of
from
random,
here.
considering that this
We're
game
also gonna
hurls
appoint a
new
leader
gimmicks
to
at
make
you.
any necessary decisions.
For any floor that you revisit.
One of us? Oh,
Yeah,
me,
most of the
me,
gimmicks are
me,
stuff
me,
like
pick
from
me.
Persona 4, oddly.
Not really.
And the
You're in
darkness
charge.
gimmick.
What? But
I don't.
she's a
No,
girl.
not really.
Well, she
Yeah, that
has
one
fought
did
them
show up a few
before.
times for me.
Oh, no, once.
Seriously?
Once.
Yeah,
That's
it showed up
true, but
3
there's
times.
another
Yeah,
reason.
Junpei's like,
You
but
two.
she's a girl!
Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like she can?
Wah, wah.
Yeah, of course I can.
I think so.
You
These are
think?
shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're screwed.
I'm aware of that.
I know some that can
All right,
actually
let's head inside.
kick
Are you
the
ready?
shadow's ass without a persona.
You betcha!
That's the spirit.
Unfortunately, they're in another continuity altogether.
That, and there is someone in this game who
What's the matter?
was able to be a shadow without summoning a persona.
We'll get to him later.
Who I actually get to use him more often than I used to in the PS2 version.
The whole controlling
I've been
thing does
waiting
kind
for
of.
you.
That's
The
and
time
yeah,
has come for
that
you
and the fact that I
wield
wanted to
your
use the
power.
underdogs.
The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it
That
come
includes
to be?
Junpei.
For what purpose does it exist?
He's not that funny, guys.
Well, regrettably, you are not
Why?
yet
Junpei's a
capable of
hound dog.
answering these questions.
You mean a
That is
horn
why
dog?
You must
Not-
be made aware of the nature of your power.
More on that later, but about that door.
It leads here, although no one but you can see it.
Because of your issues with the past timeline of events,
It's empty.
even though it technically never
At the
happened.
same time, holds infinite
Well,
possibilities.
everything actually happened for
You are
Igor
able to
because he was
possess
outside of
multiple
the.
personas,
Yeah, considering that to the
and
Velvet
sometimes
Room
needed.
residents,
And
time
when
has
you
no
have
meaning.
defeated your enemies, you will see
Even
the
though-
faces of possibility
Whatever happened to the
before
other
you.
residents?
There may be times when they are difficult.
Yeah,
to
like
grasp,
Belladonna
but
and
do not
the
fear.
nameless
See
artist
what
guy.
you
What
have
happened to them?
Well, Nameless was the
Your power
piano
will grow
player.
accordingly. Be
Oh.
sure to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
My spare time.
Then there was the
will
artist.
be scarce.
The demon painter,
But
yeah.
please, come again of your own accord.
I missed the tarot card system.
Then about my true role, the manner in which I
Instead,
In
we have shuffle time.
In some ways, I don't miss it because
Do you
I really
recall
did
when
not
I
like having to
mentioned
talk
another
to demons
resident of
over
this
and over
room?
just so I can get the
Tell
same
me.
fucking cards.
When you think of this person, what do you
That's
see?
what kind of dragged the game down for me, other than, you
I
know,
see.
repeatedly summoning my
Then let's
persona to
bring him
level
out
it up,
for a proper
just so it could do more
introduction.
stuff.
My name is Theo.
Hello, Theo.
But please, feel free to
Hi,
call
Knuckles.
me Theo.
Hello,
It's
Travis.
a pleasure to meet you.
Oh,
yeah.
Roy.
My assistant will aid you.
And what's funny is that the female protagonist is voiced by Laura Bailey.
Ah.
Oh man.
Hey, are you alright?
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie.
Really? A zombie?
That's what you picked
Awesome.
to dwell on? Oh, I get it. You're trying to yank my chain here. Don't worry, though. I got you covered whenever you need it, man.
Okay. They don't seem to see the door.
Yeah, whatever. Come on, let's go.
They just don't have quite the beyond the potential
Yep.
of the other persona users.
Oh, great. We gotta pay money to the clock. Insert coins to continue.
Thankfully, the clock is a lot more lenient than the box.
Not really. If you
In some ways,
only on certain days.
it was always pretty lenient with me, so.
But on days where there are accidents within Tartarus,
I hope I don't get lost.
the clock can get very expensive.
You all hear me.
Whoa.
I
Is that you,
never had that
senpai?
problem.
Trust me, it'll happen.
Backup from here on out.
Then
You
again,
mean
Persona
you can
3
see
is,
inside here?
is very
It's
generous
my
with
persona's
money.
ability. I'd like to join you, but the structure
Even
of
if
Tartarus
the
changes
compendium is
every day.
expensive,
That's why
and you don't get any
outside
discounts.
Well, that makes me feel
So
a
yeah,
lot
basically
better.
Mitsuru is our navigator.
Based on your current location, you
Unfortunately, she's not the reviewing type.
And
She sucks!
Because frankly, we don't even need her in this version. As if you have a list of all their weaknesses.
Why is she always like that?
And next to that,
No, the thing is, she takes about as long to scan as our other supporter. It's just that the difference between them, she cannot identify their skills.
yeah, but the thing is, it seems to take her much longer than it would for our other supporters.
Uh-oh. And as opposed to the journey, I'm actually going to show you the tutorial text. kind of a brush up on how to play the game.
Because, I'll be honest,
Informed me about your power, but nevertheless,
Teddy
you have
is
minimal
better than
combat
Mitsuru.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to explain the basics of battle?
and when you're getting your ass kicked by a bear and
The primary
navigating,
offensive options available to you in battle.
yeah,
are
maybe you should
attack
just join
and
the front
skill.
line and do it
Attack
right then and there.
corresponds to the weapon you've equipped,
Uh-huh.
while skill relates
So
to your
basically, we have two ways of attacking.
Those
our weapon
skills consume
and our
either
persona.
stamina or spiritual power.
And of course,
Tend to
with
have
our persona,
greater-
we have two ways of attacking as
Use
well.
whichever option
Physical
best suits
skills
the situation.
or magic skills.
Keep attacking until you've defeated
Or you
the
can play
enemy.
strategically and use
Careful
status
attention to your
effects
stamina.
and buffs and debuffs as well.
Did you get all that?
However,
Okay.
every turn
Now I
counts,
want you to
especially
defeat
in
the
this
enemy
game.
for you. Try using both the skill and
Oh,
attack
yeah.
That's why if I did have debuffs, I would leave that to Akihiko actually.
Direct commands, everyone!
Yeah. And I just thought I'd stall for this one. Because I can. Junpei's dialogue where he summons
Lose to him.
hasn't changed at all. He still says can't lose to him.
Who's the man?
We could just assume that he's thinking of Akihiko.
Could be. But yeah, every time a character summons their persona for the first time, they'll have that eye catch. That was Junpei's first eye catch. Yukari's is, of course, gotta be brave, because she's still uncomfortable with the thought of shooting herself in the head, even if it is just to summon her persona. And of course, our first eye catch will actually be when we actually strike with a weakness.
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties.
Basically,
which are
us
important to consider
hitting
during
probably a
battle.
cowardly Maya
wanna
with
know more?
Augie.
Yep. Yes,
Nearly
please.
Every type of attack is associated with a particular property.
There are 10 properties in this
For
game.
example, swords can be used
Yes,
to do
there are
slash
physical
attacks,
properties,
while bows
slash,
are used
strike,
to
and
do
pierce.
pierce attacks.
And then you have
Spears,
elemental
on the other
properties.
hand, have different
Fire,
properties.
ice,
Kung Fu, for
wind,
instance,
and electricity,
is an ice attack.
as well as light
Now,
and
most
darkness,
enemies
and
are
finally,
immune to
Almighty.
certain types of attacks. In other words, they have
Almighty attacks
Fire
tend to
skill will
be,
deal greater
well,
damage
tend to be
an
very
enemy that's
effective,
weak against fire.
even though
With my
the
power,
Megiddo
I can
line of
paralyze an
skills
enemy
tend to
to
cost
determine
a
its
huge
weaknesses
amount of
and
SP.
That falls under tactics.
I think in my
The enemies you're
I
facing
think
can be
almighty
used
spells
to
in
exploit.
general are just
Why
kind
don't
of
you
all
give it a
over the
try?
place
Mm-hmm.
when it comes
That's
to
summon.
damage.
Roger.
That's Uzagi.
To analyze the enemy.
Eye catch! Yep. In this game, the Cowardly Myers are only weak to fire.
Huh. And now and you notice that there's a slight change in the battle system.
Yep, it's based off Persona 4's battle system.
Iori has defeated an enemy.
Last one.
Alright. We're feeling a little injured, so let's just heal it off. There we go. And, oh!
Fire is effective. Do you have Augie skills?
Seriously?
One enemy remains.
Well, at least it's something. If we want to, it still helps to analyze in case you forget their weaknesses.
Or the fact that you're playing P3 or Fez, and that way the AI can correctly respond to the situation, regardless if they got the scan or not.
Well, the thing is, if you scan them, that's how the AI behaves accordingly.
Yeah.
That way, Mitsuru won't go for Mary Karen all the time. The thing is, when she does go for that, it's because she knows that some enemies are vulnerable to charm attacks. Same with Tatarafu.
Except she never.
Dude,
ever.
no, it's a 25% chance. It just seems that way. It just seems that she can't hit at all because, well, luck is against her.
Will also grant you an additional attack.
I swear it's
Would
like
you like
5%
more details?
per.
Nope, no, it's not.
The enemy will lose its
Surprisingly,
balance
no,
if
it's
you
not.
exploit its weakness
I
or
say
land a
this on a
critical hit.
personal
This'll
level,
give you
not
the
on a
opportunity to
knowledgeable
perform an
level,
additional
just more
action.
like.
I know.
In other
I'm
words,
speaking from
you'll get
experience,
to do
dude.
one more thing. You can keep attacking
But yes,
the same
if you
enemy,
strike an
or
enemy with a
you
weakness
prefer
or a critical
attack
hit,
different targets.
you'll get one more
And
attack.
if you succeed in knocking another enemy off
Which,
balance,
of course,
then you
this
can act
this
yet
came
again,
from
which
Nocturne.
means you can remain
However,
offensive
the
for as
same
long
can be
as
used
can keep
against you.
yourself. This strategy is essential to securing victory.
Ah.
So, they have to balance it out somehow.
Already lost its balance.
Oh,
Not been
yeah.
knocked off balance
And-
again.
And unlike
You can't
Persona
knock down
3 and
someone who's
Fez,
on the ground, right? It's the
you
same
can
with
actually, when you hit an enemy with a weakness a second time, they become dizzy instead of rising back up.
So don't hesitate to ask me for an analysis.
Which
I'll be
means
sure to share the results
certain
when
strategies
they
that you used in the journey cannot be used this time.
Then proceed with the
Well,
battle.
not as
Use what you've
effectively, and
learned to
it'll
quickly
probably
dispose
consume
of
more
the enemy.
SP than you really need.
However, since it's based off the Persona 4 engine, boss skills are actually a lot more effective this time around, even if they cost a lot more SP. In fact, double the SP of a singular attack.
Enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
The only time that you want to use Moss spells is if you're dealing with this many enemies here. It saves you about 4 SP.
However, the disadvantage with using Moss skills, they tend
They
to
miss.
miss.
Well, it's the price that you pay for
Well-
trying to multi-target.
That's the thing. That's why I don't use Moss skills that often, unless I was dealing with enemies that were all weak to that certain element.
Which, oddly, P4 Golden almost specifically tries to avoid that.
Hmm.
Especially with the enemy matchups that you'll see, like when you get to the true final dungeon and so on.
Yeah, because considering that certain enemies, they changed the weaknesses and resistances of every single shadow.
And the personas themselves, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will sit down and swear that you've seen Izanagi hit hard with Zio, then in the PS2 version they did in Golden, and then you'll check his stat and you'll see why, because the stat's actually a point or two lower than it used to be in the PS2, and the resistance has changed as well, so that doesn't help in his favor.
That and everyone's personas, regardless of transfiguration, they keep their weaknesses. Fortunately, when their social links are maxed, they can learn evasion skills.
Which triple them, and
they become vulnerable.
though P4 Golden doesn't really have any items to nullify their weaknesses, they do give you certain items that can actually keep, that can give you a boost regardless anyway.
Is up to you. But remember, you cannot perform.
Yeah, and by the way, all-out attacks, you gotta have at least one party member with you.
And all attacks are almighty based.
Which means that if enemies resist almighty skills, you will be in trouble.
But there's one last
It won't be very effective.
Shadows become stronger the further you
And of course, this game, if you fail to retreat, you will lose all of your turns.
That's why I like the Vanish Balls and so on.
Or Triferi Gems in this game.
Which I generally, if I had to retreat, it was a Triferi Gem. Or if anything, I fought my way through the situation. But in this game, this version specifically, I didn't really have a problem with that. Except when it was, well, find the Reaper, of course, and try and get the right turn order.
Which, of course, could be all over the place since you cannot find out who moves when. Which is one thing I missed from Persona 3 on the PS2.
Though, I think the only thing that's good about the Reaper is he always generally gives you at least one turn. So if you're a low-level party, he gives you a chance to run. I think. That's a hypothesis. I don't have any actual educated statement on that, but most of the time you can generally run from the Reaper anytime.
Unless, of course, you have a very low agility stat.
Even then, have a Triferi Gem.
Yeah.
That's because of the Reaper.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell the Triferi's what you like them to do.
I wonder if Mitsuru has an extra reaction if you just stay in floor 2 for a while longer.
No, well, she will react for the Reaper approaching.
She'll be like, be careful, I sense death.
No, that's Fuka.
What would Mitsuru's be?
I forget.
Spread out and proceed.
I never encountered a Reaper with Mitsuru as my supporter.
This looks cool.
Because that's just plain goddamn suicide.
Everyone return
I think the only way it could work is if you went to Monad immediately the minute that you got your old personas back on New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Even then, debatable, unless you had the actual money to go back to the police station, buy everything that you once had, and go from there.
Welcome back. So,
which I didn't know,
how was
like,
it?
with Persona 4 Golden, when you do start New Game Plus, you can buy
If you
back
gained
pretty much
confidence,
most of
that's
your
the best
old
thing you could have
equipment.
achieved.
Wow.
Which was, like, kind
I
of
never
weird
knew
to
I
me.
had that kind of power. But
Okay,
damn, I'm
Junpei.
beat.
With great
That's 'cause
power
you were
comes
bouncing
great
around like a little
responsibility.
kid.
Oh wait, he doesn't know.
Yeah,
He
you
doesn't know
were
the first thing
pretty
about
tired yourself,
responsibility.
Yuki-tan.
At least not
I'm
yet.
still trying to catch my breath, actually.
He has a hard enough time doing the
That's the
laundry.
effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily.
No, that's
worry
just
about it.
after we
You'll
leave.
adapt.
Or if we fail to revive anyone who's
You all did
unconscious
much
when we
better than
ascend to another
expected.
floor.
At this rate, they'll catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
We'll see
Yeah, no.
In any event, by combining your powers with your teams, you're able to stand against the shadows. You feel a bond form between yourselves.
Social link, go!
Rank 2! The C social link has reached level 2.
We're now twice the fool that we were before.
Alright then, now we save, and then we call it quits from here, and then we see you guys in part 5 for when we actually face off against our first bosses.
Okay, Junpei.
Alright, then, now we save, and then we call it quits from here, and then we see you guys in part 5 for when we actually face off against our first bosses.
5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. Woot!
Do. Alright, see you then.
My chip!